this is ElderGodBrandon, and today I'm going to do a review of ReBoot Season 4, which was technically just a movie. It was a made-for-TV movie. Well, it was actually a movie that was put on VHS and DVD, but it was split into like 2 or 3 parts on the TV series. ReBoot was a TV series that ran on Toonami back in the 90s, I think. Late 2000s, early 90s. Or late 90s, early 2000s. But it was a completely CGI and top of the line CGI at the time television series, which basically took us into the world of a computer. It lasted 3 seasons plus this movie here that I'm reviewing, which is called Daemon Rising, with a bonus episode of My Two Bobs. This picks up right pretty much immediately after the ending of the 3rd season. This basically, these 2 films here make up the 4th season and the last season of the series, basically. It was considered the best 3D computer animated series of its time, and it basically takes on epic adventures, high-tech worlds of which we had never actually seen. Took us into the world of the computers, and we got to basically we're supposed to see basically what's going on inside of a computer, pretty much, kind of, more or less. It's like an entire world in itself. We get to see the characters they bring back for this, which are Bob, Dot, Matrix, Andrea, Enzo, and Frisket, and they're basically continuing their battle. And this was a made-for-TV movie event. In Daemon Rising, Daemon is this big old badass super virus, she's spread throughout the net through the supercomputer, and she's infected the Guardian Collective, which is basically supposed to be kind of like the antivirus of this series, I guess. And they've also she's also infected the web and most of the known net, in fact. And the only obstacle that stands in her way is Mainframe, the main place of the series. It took place in most of the series took place in. It's a home system of our heroes for this particular DVD. And they basically, to sum it up, they basically have to stop Daemon, and they fight the Guardians in the process, and it becomes a real pain in the ass. I can't really say much about it except for the fact that it does have this Bob here, which is what they call Glitch Bob, who is merged with his key tool from the previous seasons, and it becomes a problem later on. Anyway, they end up defeating Daemon. The way they do it is Hexadecimal, who was a virus and one of their former enemies, helps them and sacrifices her life to stop Daemon. And then it goes into My Two Bobs, which I really can't explain too much about that, except for there's like a second Bob that arrives in Mainframe, and we find out later that it was Megabyte in disguise, and he was mutated by the web and has become a Trojan horse virus, so he can basically turn into whoever or whatever he wants for a certain amount of time. There are absolutely no special features on this DVD, but it is worth buying if you're a fan of the series. The only special feature on it is it has a character gallery. That's the only thing that's really special about it. It was produced by Mainframe Entertainment, which was later bought by Rainmaker Entertainment, who is making a new version of the series, apparently, which is due to come out soon. They've released a teaser on YouTube. The graphics on this are really good, and you can tell it's top of the line graphics, 3D graphics for its time, given some of the troubles they had with 3D at the time. The storyline is really good. The voice acting is excellent. Voice acting, it doesn't say who plays who in this, but this was made in 2001, so you can tell it was made quite a long time ago. This was basically the end of the series as it was. They left it with a cliffhanger episode, which was continuing a webcomic that they made, but the series itself ended with a cliffhanger, which displeased a lot of the fans, which has led to its eventually literally being canceled and taken off the air completely. I can't really say much else about this. It was really good. I enjoyed it very much. It's probably one of my favorite moments of the entire series, and next to parts of season 3. But most of my two favorites are probably season 3 and this, and the end of season 2. But for the most part, I like season 3 and this the best. It's my favorite, my personal favorite. I completely recommend this movie, or even going back and watching the original series if you can find it. It's worth watching. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's worth watching, but if you're not really a fan of CGI type shows, or even that kind of cartoon, then you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. Or if you just prefer your old classic styled animation, you're not really going to enjoy this. But it's definitely worth watching in my opinion. So 3.5 out of 5. The only thing that I can say as far as the DVD goes is it doesn't come with anything other than this little booklet here, which tells the episode, tells the scenes and stuff. It gives like a little, basically, yeah. Other than that, there's really not much. It's a dual-sided DVD, meaning on one side you have Daemon Rising, on the other side you have My Two Bobs. I got it for like $6 on Amazon at the time, and I don't know how much it is now, but when it originally came out, it was like $20. But I got it on Amazon for $6, so I was glad that I was able to get it in good condition, no less, brand new. Anyway, that's it for this review. I shall find something else to review very soon. Hope you all enjoy this. Sorry if it's not a very good review.